What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about Camber Energy stock because this stock, ticker symbol CEI, is dipping quite a bit on the day. We're down about 20%. Let's take a look at the chart and see what we have going on. So, first of all, I will say that this stock has been on quite the run. If you look over the past 30 days, we have run up all the way from 30 cents to about $3. So, by no means has this stock already crashed, but we are down off of our highs, right? We were hitting highs for around $4.85 just a couple of days ago. And since then, we saw a massive dip that day, bringing us down to $3, which we bounced off of. But now we're hitting $3 again today. And $3 is a very important support level for this stock. You can see that many times we have been bouncing below 3, and then it's buoyed us back up above. Okay, we've hit it a bunch of times and bounced off pretty much every time, right? And, even the last time when we saw that massive dip all the way down from 485, we bounced off of 3. Now, the same thing just happened earlier this morning. Let's take a look right here. However, we are starting to retrace a little bit. We're starting to move back down. It looks like we'll potentially be testing $3 again. And that's not what I like to see, right? I like to see us making higher lows, not keep testing the same support level. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the world for CEI. It doesn't mean that we're going to break through 3, but it is a possibility. And I am much less bullish on this stock if we end up breaking through $3, because $3 was actually one of the rallying calls of the Twitter influencer who really started this run, Mr. Zach Morris. He has been tweeting about CEI for the past while, really popularizing it and getting a lot of new interested people in CEI stock trading, at least. And he was calling for $3 as one of the levels that we would consolidate at. Now, I guess he's tweeted a bunch of songs out now, but he has been tweeting about CEI quite a bit at some point. Yeah, CEI, he's retweeting CEI tweets. Regardless, he's talking about how CEI needs to cool off and potentially will be running again. There are also other Twitter influencers like Laidback who's tweeting about CEI, and he's talking about RSI cooling. So we'll see if they're as bullish in the next couple of hours based off what happens with the price action. Right? It's very possible that they're going to sound much less bullish if we end up breaking through 3. Maybe they'll tell their followers, "Hey, get out of this while you can." Who knows what they'll say about it? But we'll have to wait and see for that. Obviously, it's really going to depend, I think, on whether or not we break through $3, because $3 is a very key support. I don't think that those guys are too worried about this stock as long as we're trading above 3, because we really did just get above 3 a couple of days ago, right? We were down just 5 days ago at $1.79 at our lows. So really, $3, over the course of 5 days, from almost doubling basically from $1.79 to a little above $3 is not that bad for a stock, right? Especially on this run that we've been on over the past couple of weeks. Now, it's important to note that we still haven't quite hit we haven't hit the highs that we were at the past 2 years, but we did at $4, which is one of the reasons why we ended up bouncing down. We hit the highs from our latest massive rally, right? About a year and a half ago, we were rallying up, and we hit a little bit above $4. We made it slightly higher this time, but $4 has identified itself as a very strong resistance. Obviously, that's where we bounced off of, right? Under $4, we were above $4, we were unable to hold for very long, right? We bounced very high up before getting shot down, and we tried getting above 4 a couple more times before getting shot down to 3. So right now we're really in this $3 to $4 range, and we're going to have to keep a close eye on CEI because it will be a very strong indication to me which side of this range it breaks out on, as an indicator for which direction CEI is going for the next couple of days, right? If we end up holding outside of one of these levels, it could be a good idea to get on the side of the trade of that level, right? If it breaks below 3, then you probably don't want to be long this stock. I mean, potentially there is some upside, right? Obviously, it has been breaking below 3 for brief moments if you look at the minute chart. But that, isn't the most indicative of the actual trend of the stock, right? If it actually stays below 3 for a significant period of time, and we see a lot of volume, and we see it actually bouncing off of 3, unable to regain that level, that's when you might want to start worrying. Same thing with $4, right? If you see it getting above $4 and holding steadily, not just continuing to bounce off of 4, but really starting to kind of trend upwards, and not just in a euphoric run like we saw over here, where it was just continuing from basically moved from $3 right here all the way to 485, almost in a straight line, which is good, but obviously that can be destroyed when you see a lot of negative momentum coming against you, and there just aren't buyers to combat that negative momentum, right? People only want to be in this trade on the upside. When you see something just moving up in a straight line like that, you know that it probably has quite a ways to fall when there isn't like a fundamental reason why it's moving up in the straight line, right? So That's not to say that there are no fundamentals for CEI. CEI does have a lot going for it oil-wise, right? They're an oil mining company, an oil rigging company, and oil prices are going up. That's one of Laid Back and Zach Morris's big arguments, right? That he's saying it right here. OPEC, SecGen says world needs more investments in oil and gas. Barkindo says current energy crisis is a wake-up call for the world, and Barkindo energy transition debate increasing pressure not to invest in oil and gas. So he's basically saying that, because oil and gas prices are moving up, CEI is going to benefit from this, and that's probably true because they are an oil and gas rigging company. They will probably be moving up with oil and gas prices. However, that's going to take a while, right? Oil and gas prices typically don't just shoot up in a couple of days like this stock has. If you look over the past 30 days, this whole move is not necessarily justified by the oil and gas price rise. Oil and gas has risen a bit, but not nearly as quickly as this stock. Oil and gas prices haven't 10x'd like this stock has. So what you can do with CEI right now, though, is you can look at Ortex and see the short interest, and you can actually kind of gain an understanding partly of why we were seeing such a massive dip the past couple of days. Currently, today, the short interest is only up 1.54%. But if you look at this yellow line, you can see that we have massively been increasing in short interest over the past couple of days when we have been pumping. And actually, potentially, that's what shot us down right here. We don't know exactly what time those short interest orders were placed, but if you look over the past 5 days, you can see that we were shot down on a significant amount of volume. And it's very potentially possible that a lot of shorts were coming in around this time. They saw highs of 485. They started shorting above $4 and really wanted to capture some profits in the short term. And it looks like, if they were shorting above 4, then they are currently making money because we are far below that. But in the next couple of days, we're going to have to see what happens with those positions because shorts tend to get a little greedy, in my opinion. I think that they hold their positions a little bit too long. I mean, if you're looking at this, if you were shorting above 4 and we bounced down to 3, that's a 25% profit right there. That's a pretty good profit to be taking on a short position because, you can't really expect the stock to go to 0 when there's so much attention and hype centered around it. So, 25% profit over the course of a day or two is pretty good. And I think that shorts probably should have been taking some of those profits. But it looks like they're just continuing to short this thing more and more. And that's why the short interest is currently 58%, which is rather high. It's getting to points where, we could start to see a bit of a short squeeze situation, especially if we do see another big run up like this. If we can get higher than the previous highs, that would really get shorts worried that we were going to see continuation of this pattern that we've been seeing the past while. We're just shooting up and up and up. We've already about 10x'd from our lows. So, it's very possible, especially considering the market cap of this stock. If you look at CEI market cap, you can see it's $398 million. That could very easily double and still be less than $1 billion. It wouldn't take that much capital to come into it. It wouldn't take that much attention to actually pump it up and double the market cap because under $1 billion is still very attainable, especially if you look at stocks like AMC. AMC's market cap is much higher than CEI's, and obviously, it's a much more popular stock, but it is about $20 billion in market cap. So CEI has quite a ways to go before it's anywhere near that, and I'm not suggesting that it will become the next AMC. But my point being that, retail can really affect things quite a bit if they're willing to put enough capital into it, and $400 million market cap is not going to be that tough to move if we start getting a lot more momentum and attention on this stock. So another thing to note about CEI is that it is holding decently well on Google Trends. You can see that we were seeing very high search volumes the day that we were spiking and the day after that, but we haven't really crashed search volume wise, right? We're not as high as we were. Obviously, we're not going to be just because it's not getting as much attention and the price isn't moving as much as it was on those days. And obviously, when a stock moves up a ton in price, a ton of people start searching for it and trying to figure out what's going on with it. But it's good to see that we haven't just crashed search volume wise and that a lot of people are still interested in this. The same is somewhat holding true on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. You can see we're down 5 spots in our Reddit and Wall Street Bets ranking. Camber Energy, ticker symbol CEI, is down 66% mention-wise, though, over the past 24 hours. So that's not great. We're not really holding as well as we are on Google, on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. So it's not that this is the end of the world, but, Reddit and Wall Street Bets, maybe there are some other stocks like AMC that is up 157% that's getting a lot more attention than CEI currently is. So I really think that what we're going to need to see if we want more attention on Reddit and Wall Street Bets is just some more upwards momentum, right? People on Reddit like talking about stocks that are going up. They don't like talking about these stocks that are moving down. This is the second day in a row, it looks like, that we've been moving on this downward trend. So hopefully we're going to be bouncing off of 3. Not a guarantee, right? It looks like that's what's going on right now. It looks like we have buoyed out of this sub $3 level and are continuing on an uptrend, it looks like. But we're really going to have to watch closely because at any moment, as you guys know, we could see a massive red bar that takes us through $3, and that would be very bearish for the stock. I do not want to see us going below 3. This is a very important level. Now, obviously, we could do the same thing. We could just dip below 3 and then buoy up again. That's very possible. But if we continue to hold below $3, the longer we do that, the more worried I get and the more confidence that shorts are probably going to have in this. And shorts are looking at it from the perspective of it's still very high. There's still some money to be made. If we can get it below 3 and short it even more and just keep pushing it down, then all the better, right? That's how shorts are going to be looking at this thing. A lot of longs are looking at it like, over the past 2 years, this thing has seen highs of $8.80. We're not even halfway there yet. So that's how a lot of longs are probably looking at it. They're probably saying, we have shot up quite a bit, but there's still a ways to go. This is the biggest run we've had so far. Just because we've taken a little dip doesn't mean we're not going to continue shooting upwards pretty soon. So there are 2 cases to be made for it. I just think that it's really going to depend on which side of these levels that we really break out of for a significant period of time with significant volume. So that's what I'm going to be watching for on CEI. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's it, guys. So other than that, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.